next Under the Lights. It's the Sweet 16 of the Florida High School Football Championship. A battle of the best defenses comes down to a goal line stand in Homestead.
Let's go! Yes, sir!
Overtime part due between rivals. Who is wearing the glass slipper, while others turn into a pumpkin? Josh Wilson joins us to preview the Elite Eight.
Round 3, let's go.
Hi there, and welcome to Under the Lights, Florida High School Football Final, driven by Honda. I'm Dave Aizer.
I'm Kailey Mizelle, and Week 2 playoffs in the books. We have you covered with the best games around the state. Dave, let's get to it.
All right, let's do it. We start in Class 8A, down to just 16 teams battling it out to be part of the Elite Eight. 4 of the top seeds were still alive going into play. Number 1 seed and unbeaten Seminole hosting 4th seed Timber Creek. And if you thought it was all fun and games, guess what? Playtime is over. First quarter action, Seminole up a field goal and looking for more. Timmy McLean with a full pump fake before he pulls it in and takes it himself. 10-zip Seminole. Second quarter, McLean with a quick out to O'Shea Baker. It's 17-3 Seminoles. Seminoles chop down Timber Creek 17-10. Time now for the Orlando Health Defensive Performance of the Week. The Seminole defense, you heard it, tallied 8 sacks against Timber Creek. I believe the translation is Ocho Sacos. Tough to throw the ball from your back. Seminole defense, our Orlando Health Defensive Performance of the Week.
Staying in Region 1 of Class 8A, 3rd seed Apopka traveling to 2 seed Bartram Trail. First quarter, Apopka gets on the board first to lead 6-0. Then Bartram Trail comes back with a Chad Dotson 47-yard touchdown pass to Eric Weatherly. In the rain, but Weatherly doesn't get his rainbow. Apopka scores 22 unanswered points in the third quarter to win 34-13. And Apopka will take on unbeaten Seminole next week for a trip to the Final Four. And I wonder what kind of crafty sign the cheerleaders will come up with next week, Dave.
I hope they're working on it. 9-2 Dr. Phillips taking on the 10-1 Cowboys of Osceola. You can call me on myself. Oh, sorry, Drake. Dr. Phillips answers the call with the early score, 7-0 in the first quarter. Third quarter, Osceola up 10-7, playing some D. Jeremiah Wilson jumps the pass in the flat, takes it 94 yards. The play of the game, Osceola wins 20-7. Osceola will face off next with the number 4 seed Steinbrenner, who knocked off the top seed Sarasota Riverview.
Top seed unbeaten Vero Beach in a rematch with Treasure Coast. Second quarter, Treasure Coast up 14-0. Ryan Jankowski hits Jermaine Dawson, and we've seen him do this before. 67 yards down the sideline, nothing but taillights. Vero Beach wins 22-14.
Checking out the Region 3 final, unbeaten Vero Beach will take on Deerfield Beach, a matchup of Vero's stifling defense and Deerfield's explosive offense. All right, Kailey, listen to this. A weird start to the Western Palmetto game. Western's buses showed up an hour late to pick up the players, then had to drive to Homestead, which is really far, by the way.
Oof.
And the game was delayed. The start of the game was delayed by 45 minutes, but they did play. 2 of the best defenses in South Florida going at it. Palmetto's Kevin Smith finds Bob Golden on 4th down, but James Williams makes him earn it. Ouch. Palmetto up 10-7 at the half when Western's freshman QB Colin Hurst hits Johnny Hoffman 55 yards later, and Western has its first lead 14-10. Later, Western up 14-13. Coach Ratkovich goes for it on 4th and goal from the 14. Hurst hits Omar Simpson, no relation to Homer Simpson, 21-13. Palmetto fights back. Kevin Smith finds Brashard Smith over the middle. He takes the safety hit. He keeps on ticking. 21-19. Palmetto goes for 2. Shovel pass to Smith gets stuffed, and Western, doing it on the road down in Homestead, wins 21-19.
And our Vico painting catch of the week. We've had some good ones to choose from, but how about Jason Marshall Jr. going against Miami quarterback commit Justin Hodges? He takes it right off the Hodges helmet. The spectacular catch for our Vico painting catch of the week. Second seed Columbus taking on Miami Stingarees. Henry Parrish Jr. takes the handoff and runs all the way. Might as well go to Pittsburgh. One of his 2 touchdowns on the night, then Brandon McDuffie dials up Javier McSween, 35 yards in the touchdown. You get where this is going, right? McDuffie now hits Xavier Henderson. Henderson with the grab around the defender. Columbus wins 35-2. And that sets up a Thursday night clash, 2-seed Columbus against 4-seed Western. And I cannot wait to see what Parrish and that Explorer offense can do against the Western defense.
And here is a quick look at who's left. The Elite Eight, Seminole versus Apopka, should be a fun one. We know our producer likes Western a lot.
A lot.
All he ever talks about. He's talking about it right now. But let's see what our buddy Josh Wilson thinks. All right, Josh, Class 8A, give us the matchups you like.
Let's start with Apopka at Seminole. Apopka's defense was really great last week against Barton Trail. Now I think that could be trouble for Seminole. And then you got Deerfield Beach at Vero Beach. And these teams are really looking at, with the Deerfield Beach's offense versus Vero's defense. These two teams have met 4 previous times, Deerfield winning the last 2 meetings.
Thank you, Josh. We'll see you again in a few minutes.
Stick around. We've got more playoff action coming up.
Don't turn that dial. Small school clashes and top performers are next. Under the Lights. Under the Lights is driven by Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer today. By Advent Health. Our goal is to help you feel whole. And by the Florida Lottery. It's your ticket. Claim it.
Well, we just showed you the big boy class, Dave. Now let's check out the rural schools.
All right, moving over to Class 1A. Got my eye on Bluntstown so far, but still, as you can see, a ton of football, and it's still wide open. 1A Region 1, Baker taking on Graceville, and special teams playing a big part in this game. Joe Brunson returns the punt for Baker, breaks some tackles, changes fields, and trust me when I tell you, he ultimately scores. He's just going to keep on running. Baker goes on to win this game. He sure does. Baker goes on to win 35-21. In Region 1 of Class 1A, the top seed Baker will face the 2-seed Vernon this weekend.
Staying in Class 1A, Lafayette in Union County. And no, it's not LSU's Joe Burrow. Although the unis look the same, it's Lance Thornton hitting Mitchell Reiser for a score. And then he finds Cortez Slocum for another one. And Dave, maybe it is Joe Burrow. 32-19 Union County with the W.
Joe Burrow is great. In the Class 1A Region 3 finals, it'll be a battle between Madison County and Union County. The 2-seed Pahokee hosting the 3-seed Hawthorne. Watch this, Pahokee with the Jason mask.
Scary.
You ever see Friday the 13th?
Ugh, I don't like scary movies.
Come on! Jermaine Roberson was scary too. Look at the juke. We call that the Pahokee Pokey. Pahokee advances 28-14. I call it that anyway. I don't know. Down in Region 4 of Class 1A, it will be Pahokee against Chiefland.
Taking a look at the Elite 8 in Class 1A, top 3 seeds remain, including Bluntstown, the guy you called. In Class 2A, a couple of the usual suspects finally getting to work after their bye weeks. Number 1 seed in 2A, University Christian hosting North Florida Christian. This one all University. Jamar Fudge on the jet sweep. He gets to the corner, dodges one guy, and gone, 36-6.
Wasn't a rocky road for him. The 2A Elite 8 still has 3 number 1 seeds alive in Champagnat, University, and Victory Christian. Champagnat and University have met 3 of the past 4 years in the final.
And we are halfway home. Plenty more still to come, though.
So keep it right here, right here.
Still to come, 6A and 5A action. Josh Wilson gives us a preview of the regional finals. Under the Lights is driven by Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer today. By Vico Painting Contractors, a commercial painting company that delivers top quality work and excellent customer satisfaction. And by Orlando Health, a not-for-profit network of leading community hospitals.
Welcome back. Headed to Class 3A action, where the defending state champion Chaminade is the team to beat in Region 4.
But in Region 1, it's Pensacola Catholic versus Trinity Catholic, who just knocked off Trinity Christian. Pensacola's Wayman Jordan had a big game. In fact, he had 2 touchdown runs on the day, including this one. Pensacola Catholic goes on to win 28-14. Down in Region 4, Calvary Christian taking on the Edison Red Raiders. Zeros at halftime. Second half, Calvary QB Gabe Contento is happy to find Jonathan Lane over the middle, who does the rest with his feet. 7-0. Edison answers in the fourth quarter. Tyrese McKnight takes the plunge at 7-0. But Calvary would not be denied. Contento fakes out everyone. Trust me, he keeps it himself. There he is with a 33-yard rushing TD. Calvary Christian wins 14-7, and here is the man of the hour.
We worked really hard for this moment. Summer workouts, summer camp, sleeping in the gym, we all just, we wanted this so bad, and it all worked out. Everybody did their jobs, and we all came together as a team.
We have that same level of dedication, right?
Oh, definitely.
Cavalry will get to dance with the defending state champion in Chaminade, and congrats to Edison on a fine season. Uncle Luke has those kids believing. Here's a look at the Elite 8. Lakeland Christian is still alive and kicking, along with Clearwater Central Catholic.
Now to Class 4A action. A couple of big games going on over in Region 2. The one-seeded Cocoa getting back to work after their bye week. Amarion Gaines up the middle for the score. And then no one is even close to Jamarie Robinson, who gets the pass for the touchdown. Cocoa rolls 48-6. Cocoa will get South Sumter, who took care of the Villages 21-7.
Region 4, top seed Gulliver Prep hosting Booker T. Washington at Tropical Park. Prep's Carson Haddard hits Amin Hassan for 2 first-half TDs for a 14-0 halftime lead. Third quarter, the Tornadoes' Torrey Morrison finds Ja'Cory Brooks in stride for the 77-yard touchdown.
Jump.
High-stepping Booker T grabs the lead 19-14 with a pair of TDs from Shamar Paul. Paul with 134 yards on the night. Gulliver answers with Hassan to Jalen Brown for 64 yards. A lot of big plays in this game. This is a touchdown, but they would still trail 26-24. Then, after a Booker T fumble, Anton Hall Jr. takes the rock, 33 yards for the go-ahead touchdown, and Gulliver grabs the lead 31-26, but save the heroics for Booker T. 1 minute left. Morrison hits Ja'Cory Brooks on the fade in the corner of the end zone. Woo, good game and good night, says Mr. Brooks. The Tornadoes come from behind again to win 34-31.
Great game.
Class 4A Region 4, defending state champion Cardinal Gibbons on the road versus University School of NSU. The Sharks jumped out to a 10-0 lead thanks to a tipped Brody Pelhegi pass. University's Emil Amy returns it for the pick 6. But right before the half, watch this, Kaylee, the catch of the night. Pelhegi gets Troy Stellato, who lays out at the goal line. We should probably see that again in slow motion. There it is. Stellato, by the way, visited Clemson on Saturday. It was 14-10 Gibbons. Second half, Pelhegi gets it going. He finds Jackson Marcel for the TD, 21-10 Chiefs. Brody wasn't done. When he wasn't throwing for TDs, he was scrambling. And in this case, he's going to be scrambling all the way to the end zone. Brody takes it to the house, and any hope for a University comeback ended with this drive. Gibbons pouring it on. Tajay Davis in Wildcat formation takes the handoff up the gut. Cardinal Gibbons advances 35-17, and Coach Matt DeBuck has a colorful way to describe his QB's performance.
As my dad used to say, he was up and down like a toilet seat, you know. Kid's a scrapper. Plays hard, gets after it. And when you do that and you're one of those guys, you make some mistakes, but for the most part, you know, he is what he is, man. He's just a freaking winner.
Here's a look at the Region 4 finals. Cardinal Gibbons will take on Booker T. Washington. Both teams have had their eye on each other all year, so this is going to be a battle.
And here's a wider look at the bracket. 3 of the top seeds remain. Lakewood versus Tampa Catholic is one to keep an eye on. Bowles, 62 points. Sends a message.
Josh, I know you like whoever comes out of Region 4 to win it all. It's Gibbons or Booker T. Washington at this point.
So give us an inside scoop to this matchup.
All right, well, this is going to be the first ever playoff meeting between these two teams. You know, this is going to be at home for Cardinal Gibbons. It's going to be an atmosphere that's going to be not like no other. And also, you know, if you're looking at the whole entire 4A bracket, 4A North right now is still wide open. But right now, the favorites are still sitting in that 4A Region 4.
Thank you, Josh. Fourth quarter is next. You know what to do.
Hold them up.
Don't go away. We've got Lakeland and St. Thomas highlights coming up. The Florida Lottery Player of the Week is running back Jordan Niles of Clearwater Central Catholic.
Time now for the Florida Lottery Pick 4 Performances of the Week. You can go on Twitter, use the hashtag UTLFlorida, and vote for your favorite player. A couple of quarterbacks in there, and I believe this is the first time we're seeing DeMarcus Bowman's name, and it might be the only game he's played in all 4 quarters this year.
Off to 5A action now. Some big names still in the championships, especially down in Region 4.
5A Region 3 action. Cinderella Chamberlain taking on 4-seeded Jesuit. Jesuits Junior Vander Ross runs to the 5-yard line, a play that sets up a score to make it 23-0. And then Kyle Kelly on the keeper. Jesuit Tigers win 30-7. Jesuit will get Lake Wales, who took care of Atlantic this week, 36-21, and Lake Wales is also unbeaten this year.
Moving over to Region 4, Killian versus Northwestern. The Bulls a little slow out of the gate. Nevertheless, freshman QB Teron Dixon finds tight end Khalil Brantley for the score. It worked so well, Dixon decided to hit him again on the shallow post. Killian just couldn't do anything on offense, and the Bulls run away with it. They win 47-3, and that sets up one of the best matchups of the year. American Heritage against Northwestern. Let's see what Heritage QB Edwin Rhodes can do against that Bull defense.
Okay, Josh, let's get straight into it. Who do you like in this game?
Well, you got American Heritage hosting Northwestern. This is going to be the first time they are hosting each other in the playoffs. And you got the American Heritage offense against Miami Northwestern's defense. But right in this second, I'm leaning on the 1 seed, the Patriots.
Okay. And Josh, we haven't talked about Jones very much since their victory over Apopka. Are we sleeping on this team?
Yeah, I think we could be sleeping on this team, considering that they're only lost this year, so a 7A playoff team in Edgewater, and this is going to be the first meetings with Vanguard since 1983. Jones dominated that game way back when. I think they can do it again here.
Look at Josh dropping the knowledge. And look at the 6A brackets, some big games all over the state. We start in the Panhandle, top seed Escambia against the 4-seed Mainland, and have a day. Escambia running back Frank Peasant running more like royalty. He scored 3 touchdowns, including this 54-yard breakaway. Escambia stays perfect. They win 27-7.
Columbia taking on Lee in a low-scoring affair that goes into double overtime. Lee does it again. And as Columbia realizes the end of their season, Lee rolls one player literally on to the next game. 6-3 the final.
Escambia now gets Lee out of Jacksonville. Lee is a new favorite of mine. Check out their uniforms.
Top-seeded Gaither taking on Clearwater in a battle of quarterbacks. Rent Monty and Tony Bartello both had over 2,000 yards this season. Bartello to Jaden Mendez, and the Cowboys take the lead. Marcus Jeter takes the handoff from Monty and goes all the way to the end zone. And in a game with many highlight reel plays, it was a fourth-quarter rally by Gaither and Bartello to give the Cowboys the 27-20 lead. 1 seed Gaither will host Lake Mineola. The Hawks still flying. Gaither 11-1, and their only loss was to Armwood.
Moving to Region 4, number 2 Dillard against number 3 Fort Myers. Fort Myers up 7-zip when Dillard's Zamir Jones hits Lamont Scott on the slant, knotted at 7. The Green Wave roared back with Yesias Young, part of his 125 yards on the night. His second TD put Fort Myers up 14-7. Later, Zamir Jones flashing the arm strength. Wow. Over the top to Raphael Williams, the 45-yard score. Dillard up 28-21, then tied at 28 in the fourth. Leonard Schultz punches it in. Dillard wins a great game, 35-30. With the victory, Dillard gets a dance with Miami Central, who walloped Naples 56-23.
Taking a look at the rest of the bracket, Gaither, Palmetto, Escambia, all 1 seeds remaining.
Josh, do you think Dillard has enough juice to ground the Rockets?
I don't think so this week, considering the last 2 times these teams have met in the playoffs, Miami Central has dominated in those games.
Josh, Palmetto and Escambia are teams that we have talked about all year. And by the way, your Palmetto upset didn't happen. You have a response?
No, not really. I mean, it's just the fact that Palmetto played a good game. But let's talk about Escambia here. Escambia, their playoff path for the rest of the playoffs has been cleared, and they've got Mainland this week, and I think that's not going to be much of a contest for them. But Escambia's path to the state title game is much there.
Thank you, Josh. Now to the 7A brackets. We've been talking about these teams all year. Pick your poison. Lakeland, St. Thomas, Edgewater, Armwood. Some battles lie ahead. And we start in Region 1 of 7A, Edgewater hosting Lincoln at the Eagles' Nest. Lincoln jumps on the Eagles early through the air. Marco Scarcia's 42-yard bomb to Chris Beard makes it 7-zip. Second quarter, Edgewater answers with a 6-yard jet sweep to Christian Leary. We got ourselves a game all 7'd up. After a pair of field goals, Lincoln's Caden Hankins makes it 17-10. Edgewater would answer with Isaiah Connolly. Mr. Grown Man Running ties it up at 17 all. We head to not 1 but 2 overtimes. Connolly runs it in from 6 yards out for the score, but the kick is blocked, leaving the door open for Lincoln. Somebody call a doctor. Is there? Oh, wait. Yes, there is. Eric Doctor. He comes down with the pick. Be still our beating hearts, and Edgewater escapes 23-17.
1 seed Armwood taking on 5 seed Bloomingdale. Call Cameron Ranson the mailman because this is a perfect delivery to Charles Montgomery. 16 yards and the score in the second quarter. Bulls, Lance Anderson in the third quarter goes deep. 2 players fighting for it, and it's Noah Bigelow who comes up with it. One of his 3 interceptions in the game. Hawks down the Bulls 20-9.
Sounds like a great opportunity to sneak in our Advent Health interception of the week. We've had many, but our man Daquan Hughes with the interception And you know how these usually end up. It's a convoy to the end zone. Trust us, he finds the goal line. Daquan Hughes with our Advent Health interception of the week.
Lakeland facing their biggest challenge of the year in Tampa Bay Tech, a team that won every game by an average of 41 points, but they don't have this guy, DeMarcus Bowman, doing what he does best, getting to the end zone. He had 3 first-quarter touchdowns. Tampa Bay Tech not going down without a fight. Omas Aguilera fights for the touchdown, 21-13 at the half, and then in the third, Tech gets the pick 6, followed by an onside kick, and then a field goal to take the lead. But again, Bowman in his 4th touchdown, 23rd of the season, helps the Dreadnoughts retake the lead. Lakeland in a close one, 37-30.
You think Clemson's excited they're getting him?
Oh, yeah. The plot thickens in Region 2 of 7A. Armwood versus defending state champion in Lakeland, whose biggest weakness is themselves, their penalties. Manatee battling Mitchell in Region 3 of Class 7A. Mitchell driving, quick pitch to Jonathan Fairbank leads to a score. Manatee's southpaw quarterback responds. Jace Brzezowski looking for options, finds a good one in Jaden Corbett. In fact, they link up again. It's such a good option on the same route. Defense has to be mad at that one. Manatee defeats Mitchell 31-28. That sets up a Manatee-Venice matchup on the West Coast. Venice is catching fire at the right time.
Region 4, the mighty St. Thomas Aquinas against Plantation. St. Thomas QB Zion Turner gives to Jaden Henry for the first score of the game. Plantation backed up in its own end zone. Yikes. That's never good. Snap goes over the head. Tyreek Sapp, the future Gator, pounces on it for the score, and we've been waiting to see this all year. Marcus Roseme with the TD catch. Sapp and Roseme healthy. St. Thomas rolls 59-19. Book him for Daytona. Okay, Josh, Roger Harriet has St. Thomas peaking at the right time. They're healthy. They can beat you in a number of ways. I know you love Lakeland, but are you sure that Lakeland is still the team to beat in Class 7A?
Things are getting a little hairy, especially the fact that Lakeland got penalized 16 times, let Tampa Bay Tech be the first team to lead on them in the second half. And also another thing is, you still got to deal with Armwood this week, potentially Edgewater next week, depending on the results this week. And St. Thomas Aquinas, I don't think anybody's touching them until they get to the state championship game in Daytona.
Thanks so much, Josh. We always love your insight. And for more from Josh, check out FloridaHSFootball.com.
This has been Under the Lights, Florida High School Football Final, driven by Honda.